Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today we will analyze the second round of the chess tournament of Mulhouse, and I am playing with the white pieces, so I'm playing against the lower rated opponent around 1700, 16 something. And since I'm playing against a lower rated opponent, I won't try to play super theoretical, so I went for d4. My opponent went for knight f6, knight to f3. I'm just trying to see what type of position my opponent wants to fight for, which is slightly dangerous. Eventually, he could have tried some how was it called again? Some Benoni or some King's Indian. After which, I wouldn't be able to go for my main setups since I played knight to f3. My setups with f3, generally speaking. But all right, b6. So he wants to go bishop to b7, which is all right. I play bishop f4. London system, nothing to be afraid of. Bishop b7, e3, knight h5. And here already I'm thinking, all right, this is too aggressive. Right before the tournament, my opponent was explaining to me how strong I was. So I decided to pretend that I'm someone that I'm not. So I played bishop to g5, and he surprised me, h6. So he's really trying to go for the bishop pair, which is all right. I mean, I play bishop h4. Once again, plenty of moves are available. G5, d6, e6 can be played if he wants to lose on the spot. But he played g5. All right, so I guess I have to move back, right? So instead of calculating this, I'm starting to calculate the move knight to e5. After which, okay, he can eventually go knight to f6. And eventually, if bishop c4 was a potential move here, with the threat that if he captures the bishop I would mate, then I would have gone, I would have played that. But there is d5, and I'm getting attacked everywhere. So of course it's not a decent move. So I decided to just move back to g3. He captured, I captured back, and now he went bishop to g7. So the idea is very simple, bringing the pieces out and developing. Here, I decided to not play c4. C4 was the first move I had in mind. And then I thought, all right, but what if he goes c5 or e6? Where do I go? My pawn structure is pretty weak. So I decided to maintain the option of playing c4 by playing bishop to c4. So what is the idea of bishop to c4? So the idea is that I can't play c4 anymore. And somehow I feel like I messed up already. My position is not that well. I just lost the bishop pair. It doesn't feel like I got anything in return for this bishop pair. I just see one trick. If he castles, I win the game on the spot. There is knight g5. And the move is very simple. So first of all, if he takes, then queen h5 is mate. It's unstoppable mate. And there is no way of fighting against this mating threat. Yeah, but he goes e6, and then I realize, oh shoot, my opponent isn't a beginner. All right, I went knight bd2, and I realize that my position is messed up. c5, yeah, now he's opening up those two diagonals. Feels like I'm lost. I mean, I don't like this position already. Queen to e7 is developing normally. Queen to e2, knight to c6, everything is more than normal. I thought about bishop h6, but it wouldn't really change anything. Maybe it was a good move, but I played g4. What is the idea of g4? The idea is that I'm fixing the pawn structure, and therefore the h6 pawn is now a potential target. If the queen and the bishop move away, eventually I will be able to play knight to g5 and some pins over there. But second of all, I can play knight to f1, knight g3, knight h5. And this is strong. This knight is absolutely um, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but it's garbaging Black's position a little bit. Creating holes. This is a pretty decent move, I would like to say. We will check this move with the engine afterwards. A6, trying to play this or d5 without allowing bishop to a6, because of course I have to calculate what happens if he goes d5 or not a5. Those decent moves, right? But if d5, I knew that I can just go bishop a6 or bishop b5, but mainly bishop a6. All right, so he went a6. I went knight to f1, d5, bishop d3, e5, really smashing through in the center. But e5 feels already strained. I can feel like I'm lost. I mean, I'm not lost. It's just that when it comes to the feeling of the position, I'm about to lose my center control with my d4 pawn. This is not a good position at all. I mean, I'm just getting rolled over right now. Um, but I found a decent idea. Now I have access to those two squares, so let's just capture once and go knight g3. Of course, I had to calculate something after knight g3, and that is a move knight takes g4. But after knight takes g4, there is a nice line that hopefully I calculated decently. Hopefully it is. I calculated knight to f5, and if queen to f6, it's knight g5. I'll check very quickly with the engine. Yes, it's knight g5. All right. First of all, if he captures I'm sorry. My computer is lagging. Yeah, if he captures the knight on d6, I'm sorry, on g5, I have knight to d6, and I win the bishop there, which is decent. And if he captures back with the pawn, then I go knight g7 takes, and I'm back. I won material back. And if queen h1, I think, yeah, it's working. Bishop f1. This is what I saw, and it's working. So I guess I'm fine. All right, the engine says slightly better white, but it's okay. He captured on f3, so very strong opponent. He went then bishop to e5, trying to disturb me on g3 and such. But I played knight to f5, and after queen f6, I could feel that my position looked decent at the very least. And I started calculating some potential bishop b5 just to make sure that, this move isn't doing, that this move gives me anything. It doesn't, so of course it's not a decent move. Then I was started thinking about long castling. Short castling was definitely not an option. This pawn is a huge target, and maybe black is better here, but I can't make up my mind to it. I'm very active. So maybe for some stronger players with more experience than me, this is very clearly better for black, and this is nothing. Sure thing. But in practice, we never know. I went f4. But f4, this is a crazy move. What about the capture on c3? What about this and that? And this is now funny. I will show you what I calculated. So the first option was of course to capture on f4, but then I capture back with the e pawn and the bishop is pinned and I win the piece. But then I saw that there is bishop to c3, and the problem is if I capture, he captures, check, this. I kept calculating and I realized that after this king f8, I have nothing. Sadly, it's lost. But then I saw a decent idea. I saw that I can play king to d1. Now, what am I threatening? I'm first of all threatening to capture on g5. And if the pawn captures back, I can capture on h8, he captures back, and I have knight d6 fork, since the queen is no longer guarding d6. But at the same time, I'm threatening the bishop. So if he moves the bishop away somewhere, I can just capture. If queen takes in knight d6, simple. If pawn takes, then I can just capture on h8, and the game is very easily won. So bishop b2, but then I have the in-between move, rook b1. And then you might think, oh, but wait, you missed the move d4. d4 is a dangerous move. Yes, but no, it always comes in with check. So at the very least, nothing happens. Also, if he goes for a move like c4, I think that at the very least, I haven't calculated this line to be honest. I think I can even just capture here. I will check with the engine. Yes, it's correct. No, wait, I had something else. The move was yeah, I'm so dumb. I forgot that I had just queen b2. The queen is attacked. Takes, and if you capture 96 and I win the bishop. So I'm winning. Yay, this is fine. I have to calculate once again if there is nothing hanging there. Hopefully not. Yeah, he went bishop to c7. I long castled, he went b5, and now of course I can just capture here. Because by the way, now capturing on g5 doesn't win anymore since after queen takes or pawn takes, whatever takes on g5, knight d6 is not an option anymore. The bishop is guarding everything. So bishop c7, long castles, b5. Now I took, regardless of pawn takes or queen takes, doesn't matter whatever takes, I have bishop b5, and if he captures, I win, takes this, and this is of course completely lost. Yeah, so he went king f8, I went back, d4, attacking the rook, but I won the tempo back on the queen. He went back to f6, I played rook h5. Captures, I took a look at those moves, but nothing really happens here, so it's all right. Yeah, won the pawn. Now I attack the queen. Now I saw that I have some tricks over there, but nothing wins, so I decided to go bishop c4. If he captures on e2, I go rook f7 first, and I capture the queen back, and it should be winning. I think, this and that, and this is simply winning. So rook h7 to defend. I trade the queens off because I'm up 2 pawns. Then I started shuffling around with my knight, threatening some stuff over there. He took. If bishop c8, I will show you. Then I saw that I've check this, and I didn't see any mate, but I guess this is mate, right? Yeah, I think it's mate. Yes, it is. All right. So he took on c5. I took back. f4, g5, just to defend the pawn. Rook e7, activating the rook. Here I see that the rook is overloaded. The rook has to defend both f7 and c8 at the same time. So I saw rook takes f7. If he captures back, I win on c8 with check. And if he doesn't capture back, then I take in this or this and this. So whatever. He went bishop e6. Now I traded on f8. And I went rook c6 pinning. He went bishop f7. I traded off. I won the pawn and he resigned. So technically, I played a pretty decent game. I don't know what to say about that, but I played a decent game. So now we will just go check the engine analysis and we will see what the engine thinks about this game. Maybe this is the dumbest game ever, or maybe it's the best game ever. We will see that in a second. And the answer is this is a doofy game, 90% accuracy. But I played two brilliant moves. So I guess with some sickness come, with thickness come the sick moves. But I guess yeah, everything here was all right. This is of course wrong, but this is okay. Um, yeah, he's better, but not as much better. Yeah, he had to go h5, which is hard to play g4 or h4 or whatever. Just to unstick the pawn, this pawn is stick there forever. Now it's unsticked. All right, now I'm better. Just because he didn't play h5. And now he's fine again, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I didn't care if he took here because I had so many light squares. I haven't mentioned that. So this is just winning. Everything here is winning. f4 is a mistake. This is wrong. Yeah, the answer says equal after bishop c3, which is just a joke. I will check it very briefly. Wait, he takes. Wait, he takes. What happens here? King d1. This is correct. This, and now bishop a3. But I can just capture what is happening. Hg takes this. 96. King d7 takes. Am I just getting trapped? Yeah, I haven't calculated enough. No, queen f3. And I saw the idea. Queen c3, what is that? Queen c2? Ah, yeah, you can't see the camera anymore, but I'm just surprised. I mean, yeah, I haven't seen that. All right, I'm weak. This was simple. I am weak. All right, anyway, yeah, and now, of course, the tactic wins. The tactic wins here. Sacrifice, this is winning. Two brilliant moves. So this is pretty good. Bishop c4, everything here was the best. Everything here was the best. And I'm the best player, and Magnus is afraid of me. I'm the reason why Magnus doesn't play chess anymore. Yeah, and now this is simply winning, and here I win everything. I win the pawn, and he resigned. So I guess two brilliant moves in a row is pretty good. I would guess this is a pretty good move. So I guess I would take a very, very cool screenshot of this position. Let me just take a screenshot of this position. Wait, the screenshot is absolutely awful. Yeah, I will do that while recording to give you a good example of what I'm doing as a YouTuber. Yeah, and now a very nice screenshot over here. I don't know if you can see, but this is how I'm creating my thumbnails. All right. If you don't have any more questions, see you in the future. Take care.